And now, live from Pod Cabin in Burbank, California, it's Thanksgiving on the Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend show. I'm her husband, Daniel, saying hop on board the Mayflower and say gobble gobble to your new best friend, Allison Rosen.
Allison Rosen, Allison Rosen is your new best friend. Allison, with her good times never end. Allison Rosen, doing the wavy pencil dance again. Allison's your new best friend.
Hello, my little Thanksgiving turkeys. Welcome to another exciting episode of Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend. That particular carbohydrate was not sent in on Patreon. I just came up with it on my own volition. But I do solicit carbs on Patreon. I put friend zones on Patreon. I just put up one with Jordan Morris's love where you can text me. I'll text you back. And right now, all the people at the texting level get a text from me every morning, which seems like a lot, but they are loving it. So get in on that action at patreon.com/Allison Rosen. So, hello, Daniel.
Hi.
How's it going?
I'm doing great.
So here's the deal. This is not a full episode. This is just a brief episodito from us to you saying thank you for listening. We love you. If there's one thing I'm grateful for this holiday season, it's you guys, because as you know, my ads have been like my show is a hallway and my ads are a hot dog. Do you know that reference? Just a fun reference for sex with a loose vagina.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, I really need to I need to recycle the jokes in my brain. I need to add 2024. Well, yeah, because I grew up on Truly Tasteless jokes and stuff. I mean, I don't think hot dog down a hallway was Truly Tasteless jokes, but there's just so much stuff kicking around in there that's not really appropriate for these times.
When you say recycle, what do you mean? Like bring them back?
Oh, no. I mean, take them to the dump and get new ones.
Oh.
Not recycle. I need to refurbish.
Refurbish the jokes.
I need to do a fixer-upper on my jokes. No, because that would mean they just look good, but they fall apart. I guess I need new jokes is what I'm saying.
You need to clean house.
Yeah.
And then
consolidate.
Right. And then, yeah.
I'll just have one joke at the end.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point is, I've been relying directly on your support.
You said you're thankful for all the listeners. I'm only thankful for some.
Oh, the ones
you know who you are.
Yeah, those other ones. I think you know.
It's
what we're talking about.
probably you listening.
So, Patreon, and then also Substack.
Substack.
Now, I just put up a Substack about my dinner with Lynette from the very beginning of when I was working on the Corolla show, and. Do you know how many new subscribers I got from it? A lot. And I write about a lot of different things on my Substack, but I'm telling you, every now and again, when I put up something for the paid subscribers like this, where it's like a flood of new people at the paid level, it just reinforces for me that this is what they want to read about.
This is called audience capture.
Yeah, except that I had some, you can see why people leave. And one person was like, I support you. I'm just not interested in the Corolla stuff. But that's one among hundreds. So
maybe
anyway,
you should do both.
I am doing both. But I'm just saying, sometimes when I put up the other stuff, I feel like, does anyone want this? But then I get a lot of response. Anyway, this is something for me to work out on my own.
Not right here on this.
Probably not. I am a little bit hoarse right now.
Yeah.
Do you know why? I don't think you do, Daniel.
You ran into an old crone in the forest and she cast a spell on you?
Yes. However, my legs are nubile and they look just like a Little Mermaid's legs, but when she was a human, not a fish. No, because I had my cystoscopy yesterday, which is where they scope your bladder and take a look around. And she made me cough over and over and over. Well, it's two things. I held up one finger. We went to Holiday in the Park where it's kind of loud. And so just talking to you guys. But then it's all the coughing yesterday. So just because I had shared with everyone that I was having this cystoscopy, I will fill you in. And this is in advance of the hysterectomy I'm having in January. I was very nervous about this whole thing because who wouldn't be nervous having a flexible camera shoved up their pee hole? Like,
By the way, happy
sounds like-
Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yeah. It sounds like something from the movie Sybil. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. This is not gross. Don't worry. So they kept saying they'll inject lidocaine jelly. And I was like, insert or inject? Like, am I getting a needle here? And then they'd be like, oh, we mean insert. So I just thought that meant they were just going to like rub some lidocaine on the outside, which is fine. But no, that goes in. They put the lidocaine jelly in your pee hole. So that like burned a tiny bit, but it wasn't unbearable. And the fact that I could tolerate that made me go like, okay, maybe this isn't going to be so awful. And then the actual scope was like, they kept saying they had said it's going to be uncomfortable, but it's not painful. And in my mind, it's like, what's the line between uncomfortable and painful? I feel like that's just a euphemism for like, it's going to be painful, but it actually was just sort of uncomfortable and not painful. So it was fine. However, she was wanting to see, what happens when Daniel has disassociated. Where are you right now?
Just thinking about, what I gotta do to get ready for Thanksgiving.
If I were not talking about medical procedures, would you be in the room with us?
Yeah, that's okay though. I mean, if you feel that this is what needs to be talked about, that's great.
Anyway, she made me cough a lot.
But you don't need me for this. Go ahead. I'm just going to sit here dissociating.
But similar, Daniel, to when I was giving birth with Elliot at the beginning, when they say to push, I find that I push about 60% because I'm worried.
But your 60% is a normal person's 10%.
I know that I'm very weak, but I think I have strong. No, you might be right. I don't know.
What is strong?
Well, I don't know the answer, but here's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If someone said like bear down, push on an operating table or just a table, your natural instinct is to hold back a little bit because you don't want to poop on the table in front of them. And so
Speak for yourself.
So I really feel like I didn't give my all,
Sure.
which I think is okay.
Yeah.
But, I feel like my all might be more important diagnostically because they can see, like, I feel like my insides evert sometimes when I give up. This is okay. So anyway, then here's the part that's crazy. She filled my bladder up with liquid, which I thought that was going to be very uncomfortable, and it really wasn't like I thought. So I think that's good. And then they put down a puppy pad, and they wanted to watch me leak. Do what you do when you leak. So I like jumped around, and then she's like, "Oh, we got to drop." Okay, good. I don't really. I feel like that was like for insurance purposes. Like they have to prove that they're going to be fixing something. We just lost Daniel again. Anyway, welcome back. So we had.
This conversation is why Kamala lost.
Explain.
No, it's a joke. Everyone move on.
All right. I'm just itching my nose a little bit. Got a little nostril itch here. So we had put out a call, not a literal call, but like a
clarion call.
Yeah, a clarion call. A bugle. We bugled.
I got on the roof with one of those really long, like Swedish horns that goes down the hillside. Like a vuvuzela, which is Brazilian. I feel like it was in those Ricola commercials.
Oh yes,
like the
a flugelhorn.
Is that the one that goes really? It's really really long.
I don't know. That's what they put up my urethra yesterday.
And I went, and then everyone knew to send in their Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Daniel and I also, we want to know, like, what weird Thanksgiving food did you grow up on? Or do you and your family serve? Anyway, here we go.
Hi, Allison. This is Clement from Salt Lake. Growing up, my mom would always stuff our turkey with Chinese sticky rice. Sticky rice made with dried shiitake mushrooms, dried shrimp, and Chinese sausage. So delicious, mixed in with the turkey juices. Thanks. Clement from Salt Lake.
Thanks, Clement. I appreciate the Clement sandwich. That sounds delicious.
At first, I was skeptical, and then when he started to list the other things that were with it, I thought, you know what? That'll probably be pretty
I
good.
think that would be really good. Yeah. You know, I don't really know my different rices. You got your jasmine, your basmati, your sticky.
Now, is she putting the rice in there cooked, pre-cooked, right? Like you're not putting the dry rice in there and cooking it.
I don't know.
You'd have
It's like
to,
how people cook stuffing in the bird. I think it's similar to that.
Yeah, you'd have to cook it first. What am I talking about?
I don't know, but my throat hurts. And I'm recording a childish right after
What's the
this.
difference between sticky rice and normal ass rice?
That's what I was just saying. I don't know my rices. I mean, it does clump. I think it's like
But I
more.
thought it was like
it
you
probably has
put-
more gluten.
Maybe. I thought that it was the difference was you put like rice vinegar in it, makes it sticky, but
I don't think so.
oh, you don't? Okay, Martha Stewart. All of a sudden, in two nanoseconds, she becomes the expert in Chinese sticky
I am
rice.
an expert on carbs, okay? I have a sense about them. My sense is that it does not have to do with vinegar. Would you like... No, you know what? Let's move on.
Hi, Allison and Daniel. This is Janice. All right, so for our Thanksgiving, I don't think we ever really ate anything unusual, but what is maybe unusual is that we never had stuffing. We didn't put stuffing in a turkey. We didn't have stuffing as a side. My mother was a bit phobic about carbohydrates, but we had this thing that we called farfel, which was like this barley little noodle that my mother would put celery and water chestnuts and mushrooms in and cook it with a chicken broth, and it was really delicious. And now, for some reason, it's really hard to find, and my sisters and I are always trying to find it, and it seems to have disappeared off the shelves. Although I do think one day I saw it at like a Persian market. Anyway, happy Thanksgiving. This is Janice. Goodbye.
Janice, thank you. Isn't it interesting? Janice's mom was afraid of carbs, and now Janice is a listener of mine, and I am all about, I represent
Maybe that's
carbs.
why.
Wait, did she say farfel?
That's what it sounded like.
Let's try to hear it again.
And cook it with a chicken broth, and it was
Go a little back a little bit. I feel like it was farfel.
which was like this barley, but we had this thing that we called farfel, which was like this barley.
Because there is something called farro. Farro, F-A-R-R-O.
Is it a noodle?
I don't. It's like a grain. Farro. Let's see. Farro is a chewy, nutty flavored grain that's a staple in Mediterranean diets, particularly in Italy. It's a type of wheat that's been around for 20,000 years, but the Earth is only 5,000 years old.
Yeah, how's that possible?
It was a common food in ancient Rome. And I'm going to allow him to look up farfel. I mean, it's fun to say. Oh, well, no, there's farfalle, but that's not what she meant. Farfel. Farfel can refer to a type of pasta or a ventriloquist dummy. Oh, Farfel the dog is a ventriloquist dummy created by Jimmy Nelson. If you're is something happening on your phone?
It's okay.
Farfel the dog is a ventriloquist dummy created by Jimmy Nelson that was featured in Nestle Quick's television. Okay, that wasn't as exciting as I thought.
Not at all.
That's the name of a character. I thought like there's the ventriloquist wears his farfel.
I know what you thought.
I want it to be that, like really bad.
Well, then let it be so.
For me, it will be. Okay, here we go.
Hi, Allison and Daniel. I'm just calling with my weird holiday meal or food. So my ex-husband, his family used to do this thing with green Jello that was like a dessert. It was green Jello and Cool Whip. So it was this like light lime kind of color. But it was sweet, but it was served like with dinner, not like with dessert. So you would just have like a piece of this like Jello lime sweet Cool Whip thing on your plate with like, you know, turkey and stuffing and all that stuff. It was weird. It was actually good, but like very strange when you first come across it. All right. Have a good Thanksgiving. Bye.
I feel like that's a remnant of the 50s.
Yeah, it feels 50s, 60s,
60s.
70s. Like I can see the recipe card of the woman looking like Donna Reed leaning over with her like Jello or aspic. Okay, listen, I don't think we got a name on her. We didn't get it on the top piece of bread or the bottom. There was
What do you think her name
that was
is?
a
Alice?
I don't know, but if someone excuse me, if someone only gives their name at the beginning or the end,
It's like
it's an open-faced name sandwich.
yeah. If they only give it at the beginning, it's as though they don't have a name, as far as I'm concerned.
Right. Now, what if they don't give their name at all? Then it's like
Well,
what do you call it if you go to like In and Out? You guys, I'm sorry for my voice. If you go to In and Out and you get it like just in a
Animal
lettuce
style?
leaves.
Oh, the protein.
It was a protein sandwich.
Yeah, I don't follow, but yeah, there was a period
Had
of
no bread.
There's a period of American homemaker culture where everything was put in Jello. Like everything was served. Like if you want a hamburger, it's like a hamburger inside a Jello mold.
Yeah, they did a lot with Jello back then.
Hot dogs
and Cool Whip.
Hot dogs in a Jello mold.
Have you ever had a savory Jello?
I mean, I have been to so many fucking potlucks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I have. But yeah, the idea though of lime Jello with my the thing is, like, the plate is already over full, and
I think it's called a lime Jello salad.
you have that cranberry action going on in
Right.
there. I don't think I need the Jello, but it's an interesting addition.
Yeah, I think it might be good.
There's no point in any meal pre, during, or post where Jello is something that I want.
You don't even mean Thanksgiving meal. You mean like any meal.
There's never a moment when I'm like, you know what? I wonder if we got any Jello in the house.
Meanwhile, our kids love it. It's a real kid thing, I think.
Yeah, because it's wiggly and jiggly and you play with it. But it's a very unsatisfying thing to eat.
Jello, I feel like, is what you eat when you want something else. Like, oh, this little cup has 10 calories. I would rather eat something that's real, but I guess I'll just have this.
Yeah.
For me, that is what it used to be.
Like, if I'm going to go through the trouble of having a Jello, then I want a flan.
Truer words were never spoken.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Daniel's a big flan guy.
Well, I mean, it's so much better than a Jello. There's no flavor of Jello that's better than your average flan.
Where do you come down on creme brulee? By the way, I just have to, this is between Daniel and me, but you guys can hear it. Greg is running a little bit late, so we can go a little bit longer.
Cool.
Where do you come down on creme brulee?
I love a good creme brulee. Who doesn't? What's wrong with creme brulee?
Here's the thing. I feel,
Oh my God. Are you right now going to tell me you don't like creme brulee?
No, I'm not. Okay. So keep your pants on. But I feel as if creme brulee is treated like something that's better than it is. Like, oh my God, they have creme brulee. Ooh, they have creme brulee. Like everyone
I know
goes
what you're saying.
nuts over creme
There
brulee.
are yeah, it's like, it's the souffle of
Right.
creme brulee.
Or the lobster, yeah, or the lobster or something. And it's like, or what's
Yes.
another? Or it's the
It's a remnant of
it's
a time.
the peonies of okay.
I think it's like it used to be something very special,
Right.
Because they'd come by, they'd fire it up at the table side,
Yeah.
and it's like ooh. But now, it's just very common.
Yes. But everyone still treats it like, oh, the Queen of England is here cooking in the kitchen or something. That makes no sense. I should have stopped at the Queen of England is here.
Did we go to a place where there was a flight of creme brulees with different like flavored?
Oh my God.
ones? That was pretty good.
I want everything served in a flight. I would take flights of every. I love
I think
a bunch
we had
of
that
little
at
things.
that Burbank restaurant.
Castaway.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too. But then one of them is going to be like lavender and caraway seed or something.
Yeah, they always have to throw in the fucking soap flavored one.
Yeah. Oh, it's anise and saffron.
Yeah, like fuck off with that shit.
Yeah. But good, but nice idea. Failure in the execution.
Although I probably like that. Anise flavored.
Anise and saffron?
I don't know about saffron, but anise flavored.
Or is
that
it
sounds like
anise? Anise, I think.
I don't know.
Or like, is it anus or anus?
What if anise was really supposed to be pronounced anus? Or you thought it was? Is it anus? Is this anus flavored?
That'd be fun. That'd be a fun little sketch.
You know what? Someone go out and make that sketch
Yeah.
for us.
So, breaking Burbank news.
Oh.
It's actually a little bit cold news. But it was a listener who tipped me off to a news story. So we had talked about Holiday in the Park recently.
Yeah, this is grim.
It is grim. So there was a dead body that had been just decaying, hanging out and decaying on the roof of a building in Burbank during the holiday.
Not just in Burbank, like on one of the buildings. One of the shops during holiday.
Specifically in the 3500 block of Magnolia.
Yeah, like in the, it's
Right
a
in
line
the
of
zone.
shops. Yeah,
Yeah.
one of those shops had a dead, decaying corpse on the top.
I added the decaying part because, like, what does a dead body do? It decays. I added that. I don't
Is that
know.
a joke? What does a dead body do?
No, that wasn't. It sounded like one, but it
decays.
wasn't. It was just I was thinking because I said it was up there, and then I had to give it an action verb, But I really think it probably wasn't decaying too much because my sense is a dead body has a very distinctive, very strong smell, and we smelled nothing. So I think it was in fine condition. But the point is, this was a news story, and it was a worker who was hired to work on the building, and then he went missing, and they found him up there, deceased, but they don't suspect foul play. But yeah, during Holiday in the Park, this was all happening. There we were, and there he was.
What does a dead body and a mall owner who is getting rid of all of his jewelry shops have in common?
A mall owner who's getting rid of all his jewelry shops?
Yeah, he's kicking all the jewelry shops out
Okay.
of the mall.
Well, he's something. Oh, they're both decaying. Specifically, Kay's jewelry.
Thank you.
I got it. All right, let's close out with your nacho situation. Your nacho joke.
So, I've got to remember the setup. What is you? So if your friend,
His name is Nacho, right?
no, if your friend's brother Nacho makes a really good cheese dip, and then you have made a similar one that's slightly better, then it's nacho. It's nacho. Nacho.
So I'm eating your nacho,
Right.
but I don't know. But the situation is I don't know whose nacho this is.
It's nacho.
And I'm like, is this Nacho's nacho?
No.
And then you're like, it's
No.
nachos.
It's nacho.
Guys, this has been too fun. I would like
fun.
to wish you the happiest of Thanksgivings. Give yourself a hug from me. Thank you for everything. Thank you for listening. I love you. You matter. Goodbye.
Bye.
Hey, do you know about the Allison Rosen show?